Today we are just doing a really chill Q&A live chat. So you need to send me your questions in the comments and I will answer them. Okay, so Sophie says, let's talk Christmas. I'm sorry to bring it up. Don't be sorry. We are starting our Christmas prep course really soon. I still have to kind of work it out when it will sit right, but we are starting the Christmas prep course soon. And also 1 week today, there is going to be something that is very heavily related to Christmas and to making sure that you are planning and everything is scheduled, everything is looking good. There's a wait list opening a week today. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying anything else, but if you guys want to be ready for Christmas to make the best sales possible with your shop, keep your eyes peeled. That's all I'm saying. Should I be thinking about it now? And if so, what should I be thinking about? I mean, the short answer to that is you should be, at the very least right now, I would be saying to you, are all of your Christmas products planned and not necessarily like ready to go? But have you started making them? Have you priced them up? Do you know who they're targeted towards? Like, all of those questions should be answered. And really, by the end of August, your Christmas product should be pretty well listed, okay? Which I know sounds crazy, but as we always say, your occasion themed products should be listed at least 4 months before the actual date, okay? If you're in the HBSA, we actually have like a whole yearly product planner for you, so that it literally maps it out the whole year when you need to put things up, when important sale dates are, marketing dates are, and all that kind of stuff. So if you are in the HBSA, we've done all that heavy lifting for you. Morning. How do you get more sales on Etsy as a new business? That's a really loaded question. I would say, I mean, I have a ton of YouTube content all tailored around answering this question. I would say the most important thing is to get your trio right. And the trio is your target market, your products, and your branding. The trio is basically like the 3 legs of a stool. If one of them isn't working well, the stool's going to kind of be off kilter and it's just going to end up falling over. Someone's going to sit on it. They're going to break their skull open. I don't know, like whatever's going to happen with that stool. But basically, you need to have those 3 things down. And I would say the quicker you can get that sorted, the better. So just to go through it again, that's branding. So your Etsy shop branding should be like a magnet to your target audience. Your target audience should be attracted to your brand, and your target audience should also be attracted to your products. Those 3 things work in tandem. And one thing I will say is that your branding is not just your logo, it's not just your fonts, it's not just your colors. That is a very surface level thing. Branding is so much more important than that. And again, if you guys have been with me for a while, you know I'm going to say that the biggest asset you have in your business is the brand. Because let's say you sell your business in like 20 years time, the people who are buying it, not saying that you will, but just, you know, to kind of highlight how important this is, the people who are buying your business are not buying your products, they're not buying your stock, they're not buying your warehouses, they're actually buying your brand. So that is why it is so super important. Stacy says, hi Steph, I have had my biggest selling month on Etsy. That's amazing. Can we just give Stacy like some clapping here, because I feel as if that is amazing. It has gone up each month by about £200 since been with you. That's awesome. Is that since you've been in the HBSA? Because that is so amazing. But my conversion is down a lot more. I'm really stuck on what to do now. So when your conversion rate goes down, especially at this time of year, there has been quite a few people saying, my orders are up, but my conversion rate is down. Like, what on earth is going on? And this is completely normal for this time of year. So the summer months, people are kind of either browsing online whilst they're lying on a beach, or whilst they're on a plane, or whilst they travel, but their head's not really in it. Like, how many of you can honestly say that you shop online more in the summer? Because I don't. I tend to do the thing where I will add things to my basket. I will favorite things. I will do lots of different, you know, kind of like everything you can do up to the point of actually checking out. But I tend to buy more so when the weather is rubbish, when it starts to cool down, or when I'm inside more, when I'm online more. So that also extends out to social media. Like, people aren't online as much. People are going away. People are just doing lots of different things. Also, if your target market has kids, this is a really difficult time to actually get time to your freaking self and actually sit down and buy stuff. So it is completely normal. Your revenue, like, you will still continue to grow, but your conversion rate will probably die down. You will find that September, October, your conversion rate should start to come up. So I wouldn't necessarily worry about like springing into action now, especially if it's only been a month. And this is another thing that I will say. If you are looking at your conversion rate over like 2 weeks, a week, a month, that is not enough time to truly identify a core business problem. Okay, if you are looking so micro at your stats that you're going, I had a bad week this week, what am I doing wrong? Like, that is like, you need to be looking at least 2 to 3 months worth of data, and then if those 3 months point towards there's a problem here, then you should spring into action. What I see a lot of people doing is that they will, like I said, they'll have a bad week, they might even have a bad month, then go, oh, that's it, I need to do something. They'll do some changes and then find out that the changes have actually like done more damage than good. I get a lot of people that come and say that, and then they end up just being really confused because they're like, I was doing well, then I made changes, and then now I'm not doing so well. So I would like just take a beat and just kind of look at and this is where, especially looking at your data over the course of a year, will really point towards, okay, this is my normal business trends as well. First time watching from Australia, hello. I'm struggling to take photos of my products, any tips? Well, see, in the HBSA we just had a product photography expert come in and actually do like quite a big lesson. So if you are in the HBSA, I would say go and watch that lesson, because it's literally going to teach you how to take products for like 10 pounds or less. Take pictures of products, rather, not take products, for 10 pounds or less. So it's going to show you like the setup and how to do it, and it's just going to be awesome. I just love it. My biggest tip is I actually prefer using natural light. So for example, I'm live here right now. I have no studio lights. I just have window, and that is pretty much all that I use. Like, you can tell, because if I put my hand in front of my face, you can see that there is a shadow there, right? So that's my biggest piece of advice. I would say also take pictures on not a sunny day, but like a semi-cloudy day, because you don't have to deal with the sun going in, the sun going out, the sun going in, the sun going out. And I actually, this is an unpopular opinion, but I don't like studio lights. I actually think they look fake. So that's why I really like natural light. I would also say as well, keep your background plain and add a couple of branded props. So let's say your brand colors are turquoise and pink, like what mine is. Add like a turquoise bit of ribbon or a pink flower or something in there. Can you explain more about HBSA, please, as I'm new here? With pleasure. So the HBSA is the only course that I offer. It is my signature course to basically get you to 5-figure months and beyond. So it's basically like the program that whenever you hear people talking about the course, HBSA, that is what they're talking about. I don't do lots of different programs, because at the end of the day, like, I'm doing you a disservice if I say, okay, here's one thing, now you have to buy this other thing, and then this other thing, which a lot of other coaches do. Everything is in the HBSA. So it's a 3-pronged approach. So you have the course, you have the community, and you have the group coaching calls as well. And they're basically lives a lot like this, but a lot smaller, where you can come on, you can ask me questions, we screen share people's shops, we answer, we really dig deep into the individuality of everyone's business. Whereas on these lives, it's a little bit more like generic Q&A and just kind of like a rough answer. So that is the HBSA in a nutshell. It is a 5-phase course, basically designed to get you from point zero. So even if you haven't got a shop yet, or even if you've got no shop open, it will take you from there to consistent 5-figure months on Etsy and beyond. Is it too early for Halloween stock? No, that needed to be listed last month. So get that stuff up and done, literally. Yay, Christmas. There are some people here who are crazy about Christmas. Someone also says, I've got Xmas products on Etsy and been selling Christmas crafts already. Yes. I know one small business who've had Christmas orders since April. Yeah, I am that person who I buy my Christmas gifts in the summer. I don't know why. I think I just do. Highly recommend HBSA because Steph knows her stuff. Oh, thank you, Amy. You're an absolute babe. HBSA is amazing. It's helped me loads. Thank you. Oh, you're all coming on. I agree with Amy. HBSA is superb. You guys are just going to make me cry. It's just the bottom line. Roxanne said, I listed some new Christmas ornaments last week and had a sale already at the weekend. Yes. So actually, strictly speaking, yeah, we could actually need to next year start the Christmas prep course like a month early. Yeah, I think we should be starting it in July, really, but that is my bad. I'm a chocolate maker. Is Etsy going to be the right place for me? So the biggest thing that I can see being with that is the postage. Depending on what it is you sell, I would say, is there any way you can make sure that the chocolate arrives like good, if that makes sense? So that would be the biggest thing. And I think as long as you are clear and you are obvious about overcoming that objections to your potential target market, I don't see any reason why not. I actually helped one of my friend's sisters has a baked goods Etsy shop, and she was a bit like this, but it's actually worked out really, really well, especially for local orders as well, because since Etsy has kicked in that geographical location thing, like she's getting a lot of like local orders. So yes, I would say as long as you are beating that customer objection, which is, will the chocolate arrive okay, then that will be fine. Christmas in July, yes. I've had 2 Christmas decoration orders as well already. Yeah, Christmas is definitely coming. It's definitely going to be a big one this year, as long as Royal Mail behaves themselves. The HBSA group, that is part of the HBSA course. So so when you enroll, you will get the course, and that's lifetime access as well to all updates. And we've recently just updated it. It is the best version. Yeah, it is so good. And yeah, so you get the course, you get the group, and you get the group coaching calls every single month. Plus, you can binge watch the 2+ years of previous coaching calls that I've done. So if you're a big fan of like putting on coaching calls and learning in the background whilst you're wrapping orders, literally, I feel as if the cost of the course is worth it just for the gold that is spun in the group coaching calls that you're going to get access to alone, because we talk about some really good stuff. Does everyone recommend Royal Mail, or can we use other more cheaper services like Every? I know there are going to be some strong opinions coming up about Every and Royal Mail. It seems like there isn't really a general good choice. I know this is not going to help you very much, but I think it does very much depend on your local couriers, how good the service is, where you live. Do you have a post office near you? No, I think it depends on a lot of different things. I have always used Royal Mail, and I've actually just switched away from the method that I was using. So let me explain. So I used to use click and drop, and I used to drop my post off at a local post office. It was weirdly nearer to my mum's than where I live. I think it's so I could like see my mum on the way back. It was, a thing. And I used to find that from that post office, a lot of my parcels used to mysteriously go missing. I'm not assuming anything, but it was just a little bit weird. It was like custom orders as well. So it wasn't stuff that I just forgot to make for some weird reason. It was actually stuff that I remember doing. And ever since, I have changed it so that I use Royal Mail via Etsy, and I get them to collect it for free from my house. And since then, I've not had any missing parcels. So if missing parcels is your biggest concern for Royal Mail, I actually really just feel as if there's not a lot, there's quite a lot of difference within it, but I think that there's going to be some real strong opinions on Every and all that kind of stuff. So Every, I've never actually used. I don't know if you guys can shed some light on Every and kind of whether you think it's good. I'm not really sure. And also, I think the good thing about doing it through Etsy is that obviously they fill in the tracking numbers for you. And I tell you, my cases, I only used to get like 1 or 2 cases a year, but my cases have just gone, because I feel as if Etsy will just automatically close them now. And that's the other thing as well, is that if there's anything that concerns you about, even if you have posted it, but even if they open a case against you, then you have to upload the tracking number, then it closes it. Like, it just stops all of that, because they can't physically open a case if it's been marked as delivered, if that makes sense. So yeah. How much is the course? If you want to find out more info on the course, if you go to, I need to find out what the link is. If you go to handmadebosses.com and you click on the work with me button, there's two choices. There is the HBSA or work with me one-to-one, which I think we've only got one slot open now. Actually, I might have to do a bit of an update on that, because we were doing a big thing where we had 3. I think there's only one now. We're still going through applications. But if you click that and go to the HBSA button, you will see everything you need to know. It's just a lot easier than me like going through it all. But yeah, if you go there, you will see everything, and I'll also give you a free training on that link as well. I use click and drop, but it takes them directly to the delivery office instead, so the local post office staff don't get stroppies. I'm not giving them the money. I've never had any issues with every Hermes as they were. One parcel went missing, then got a refund for it. Yeah, it does largely depend, I think, on where you live and how convenient I think it is. You spin words into gold for us. It's a compliment. Oh, okay, that's, well, I mean, I'll take it. I'm happy with that. I will take it. You also have to think, how about customer service? If you lose parcels, every is good to get in touch. Every is good to get in touch with. Yeah, see, I've also had people that can't get in touch with every. It's just like an automated service. I don't know. I love Royal Mail. I have a click and drop and they collect from me. Yes, awesome. So yes, basically, to draw a line under the whole courier thing, it depends. I would say if you have heard in your local area that there are issues, and my advice for that would be to go to like your local like Facebook group maybe, and just sort of see, are people talking about lost every parcels, because normally it's the same like 2 to 3 people who are delivering parcels in your area, and who are also picking them up. So maybe just have a little look. I think price also plays a massive role, and insurance as well, but there is no like wrong or right answer. Amy says, I love getting parcels from DPD because my local DPD delivery driver is very handsome. Amy's like, right, he's coming. I have to do my hair. Love it. Again, like, for all those people who are, and then this is one thing that I will probably say every single live, is if you are quiet right now, please use this time to prepare for Q4, which is going to be a big, Christmas, which is going to be a big month for everyone. Right? It really is going to be something that I think a lot of people wish that they prepped more for. So start getting your Christmas products planned at the very least. Start to buy supplies, like stock up, bulk up on a lot of different things. And I would just say use the time. If there's anything that's been niggling away at you, like maybe you want to change your branding font, or maybe you want to change the way you post your items, like there's going to be lots of different things that I think you could do, lots of little projects and things that you could tweak, you could change just to improve things, but use this time effectively. I cannot stress this enough. Okay, I do see a lot of people who are kind of like, sales are slow, what do I do, and I'm almost like, yes, sales are slow right now, and unless you've got like 2 to 3 months of data to back up that, like I said, there is a real core business problem, you are much better off going, okay, you know what, I'm going to use this time, I'm going to make the best of it, I'm going to be creative with this, and I'm actually going to prep myself, because Lord knows you're going to get to the end of October and you're not going to have time to. My best income months, I assume you mean, are November, December, January. How can I extend this for the rest of the year? Laura, I think you're in the HBSA, aren't you? Because we do cover this in the, I want to say, your 6-figure selling year planner and mini course. So we do cover that in there as well. We talk a lot about how to continue we call it like the momentum push, which is where you start to build something, but you don't let the hump even out. You continue to push it. So if you are, I would recommend going in there, because I feel as if that's going to explain it a lot more than what I could. I would say the biggest thing is to try and almost market stack. And what I mean by this is basically when you start to come to, like, I don't know, the 20th of December, when things start to slow down, you can do something like run a sale to continue that push. Then you can do like a January clearance thing where you continue that push. Then you can do a new product launch, which continues that push. It's basically stacking things one on top of the other. That is a really, really, really good way to just keep that push going. Even fitness planners, or I figured all year round would be busy for me, since there are people all around the world in different seasons. You know what? Your busy time, my lovely, is going to be December, January, February, and also I would say May, June, July. The reason for that is the fact that, I mean, January, what do we see in the shops? We see fitness equipment, we see workout DVDs, we see Adidas YouTube channel coming up on our feed, right? It's everywhere. So it's like the whole what's the word, like goal setting, what's that word, I can't think of the word, New Year's resolution, that's it. That is going to be a big time for you. So if things are slow right now, push it really, kind of build some excitement around those times. And also the summer as well, because people are like, the winter comes to an end. Well, I wouldn't say the summer, I'd say just before the summer, and just, yeah, push it. I would say if you are selling things like digital products and planners, creating content and marketing is going to be the absolute thing for you. Okay. How soon should you run a sale before the time is up? For example, I did a sale for teachers' gifts a week before the end of school. Was this too late? Yes, it was, really. I would say I'd say the general rule of thumb would be to run the sale. I mean, I know you can only do it for 4 weeks. So you can only set a coupon up on, a sale up on Etsy for 4 weeks. I would do it 4 to 6 weeks before. Start the sale 4 to 6 weeks before. If you're doing it a week before the end of school, I think a lot of parents are organized AF, and they've probably already got their gifts. They know what teachers they like, and they've kind of sorted it. Okay, I have 2 different categories of items on my shop, are very different with very different audiences. Could I be hurting my marketing or branding? Maybe I should drop the less popular one. It's a really loaded question. I get a lot of people who say, I have like 2 different things that I make, or that I want to make, or that I want to include in my shop. And the thing with this is that it's very much a target audience thing. It's very much, is it the same target audience that you are driving with one niche versus the other? Are they the same person? If they are the same person, then it can work. If they are not, then the answer is you could be diluting your marketing, your branding, by trying to do them both. In the HBSA, we have a complete niching workshop and boot camp, where it will literally show you how to niche in the right way. When to consider doing another shop and all that kind of stuff. But again, the general rule of thumb is, if it is the same person that you want to drive towards one niche versus another, then that's fine. If it's not, then I would say then is your time to really start to question, okay, should I be getting rid of one, doing 2 shops, which I did do a live on last week. So if you want to go and watch that, I explain all about the pros and cons of having 2 shops. But I would say that, yeah, it's very hard to advise, because a lot of the time the niches are fine, and it's really kind of something that I have to look at, if I'm being completely honest. In which case you can book in a power hour with me, and you can literally have like 60 minutes over Zoom, one-on-one, where I can go in, I can have a look, and I can do all that sort of stuff in there. But like I said, the general rule of thumb, if it's the same target market, you should be okay. I hope that answers. But yes, if you have multiple, and this is why gift shops, I think, sometimes find it a little bit tricky, because if you do have multiple different things in your shop, sometimes it can look a little bit sus. And I'm not gonna lie, I was shopping on Etsy for a birthday gift, not last week, but the week before. And I was like, whenever I saw shops that had like lots of different things, I was like, I can't even do it. I just can't. How do I apply for a power hour? So again, if you go onto handmadebosses.com and go on the work with me button and click on the work with me one-to-one, in fact, I'll copy it for the Facebook group. I can't do it for Instagram because obviously it won't let me do links. But there's two different. There's a 4-week program and a power hour, and the prices and the dates and everything is on there. So if you want to know anything about the power hour or anything like that, I would go onto that link and have a good nosy. So yes, if you guys want to join the HBSA, we are having a live Q&A call this Friday at 1. So if you want to get in and get through the door before we do our first group coaching call, then you definitely want to join like now, because obviously we're having it Friday. So so again, if you go into handmadebosses.com, I don't know what the actual link is. If you go on to the work with me, in fact, you know what, I'll just copy it. It's handmadebosses.com/HBSA enroll, all one word, but I will copy it for the Facebook group people. And if you're on Instagram, handmadebosses.com, work with me, and then click on the HBSA button. If you want to do that, I will welcome you in there, and I will see you on the group coaching call on Friday. But guys, thank you so much for joining me. I really, really hope this was helpful. And until next time, this time next Monday, where I will be announcing something really awesome. You guys do not want to miss it. It's a wait list for something. It is so cool. I cannot wait. But yeah, I will see you this time next week, everyone.